Is Euro Maestro, and we're broadcasting live from London, Piccadilly Circus. A couple of working girls, not completely accurate. How's everybody? Those girls are tall. Yes, that's not the only thing a little bit different about those girls. Hey, Pablo, good to see you. Happy New Year, everybody. I haven't seen anybody since the first. Wish you a big all Happy New Year. Emmanuel, don't sound British. Hi, Ali. Hey there. Little Becky, hi there. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. One and all. So, yeah, I'm broadcasting live here from London and wishing you all a Happy New Year. You know, it's sort of a thing here. I know it's a little different in the States, but we don't say Happy New Year until the 1st at midnight, not even a minute before. So, at midnight, all the telephone networks get inundated with millions of text messages at the same time, right at the stroke of midnight, saying Happy New Year's. Hey, Wendy Matthews, good to see you. Kind of not so lively here in Piccadilly Circus on this Monday night. It's a little unusual, but we are in sort of another semi lockdown here. We're on what's called Plan B, so we have a lot of restrictions. Stephanie Sparks says Happy New Year to you too. Well, thank you, Stephanie, and everyone else that chimed in. Let's walk over to Leicester Square. So yeah, I got my booster shot, so I'm now fully vaccinated, plus plus the booster, and we'll see when we get down to the fourth shot. And so we have mask requirements again on the underground, which wasn't the case for a while. And the government has asked people to work from home wherever possible. So obviously, some people can't do that because of the nature of their jobs. But if you can work from home, uh, you are asked to work from home. You are required to get vaccinated. Are you still traveling as much as you had been? So not quite as much as I had been. So last year I was traveling basically nonstop for about 9 months. Uh, but now I've stayed home. Dennis Riley. Well, it's the Rileys from Rhode Island. Welcome. Happy New Year to you. Hope you're well and looking forward to the new year. Yes, I am looking forward to the new year. I hope you guys are too. So yeah, uh, so for most of the year I didn't stay home at all. Then in December I started staying home. So I was home for like a week. Then I went to Amsterdam. Then I came back to Paris. Then I stayed like 2 weeks, and then off to the UK. Be here a few days. Probably go back to Paris. Probably this time I'll probably stay in Paris for a few months. I think I got the travel bug out of me. Everybody else is catching the other bug. I've been catching the travel bug, but I've traveled enough now that I don't need to travel for a little bit. Plus, I have so many things I want to do at home. But yeah, this whole COVID thing is makes life a little bit more drab than usual, I guess. But we have seen some signs of things turning around. So it looks like Omicron has peaked in South Africa, and we have some indications now that it's peaked in the UK. And we have some early indications that it may already be peaking in New York City. Pablo sent a 1. Well, thank you. And Melanie sent a 1. Well, thank you. I appreciate The one. Neo appreciates the one. So that's really good news. If it turns out to be correct that Omicron is peaking in New York, and indications are, or projections are, that it should peak soon in the States, maybe, certainly this month, but maybe in a week or two. Euro back in London, eh? I'm back in London. There's an M&M shop. We're going to go over to Leicester Square. I can't believe how quiet it is tonight. This is a little unusual. But yeah, with this Plan B rules in place, traffic is way down on the subway, the underground, the metro, whatever you want to call it. So we're down to 39% of normal. So less than half the normal people, 39%. And it's even less during morning rush hour. So morning rush hour is even less than that. So people just not taking the tube in the morning. I went to the cinema tonight. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look nice? So I went to the cinema tonight, saw a film. I was the only one in the entire cinema. It was like Elvis Presley night. Elvis Presley used to go to the cinema and buy every seat in the cinema so he could watch the movie alone. Well, that's kind of what happened to me tonight. Didn't have to spend as much as Elvis though. But yeah, I was the only one in the entire room. So is this false? New Omicron variant in Cyprus then? So that appears not to be false. So there is a new variant that was found in Cyprus called the Delta Cron. So it's still very early, as all of these new variants are. But what it looks like is it is a cross between the Delta variant and the Omicron variant. So it has some genetic properties. Are you on holiday? Texas? No, this is not Texas. This is London, UK. So it has properties of both the Delta variant and the Omicron variant. So of course that's kind of scary because Delta is very severe and Omicron is very contagious. So what we really don't want is to get one that is both contagious and deadly. That would be really bad. Euro, what part of the USA are you from originally? My guess is Pennsylvania. Huh. Why would you say Pennsylvania? It's interesting. Why would you say US? uh, so what did I see? I saw a film that's called 355. So it's like a spy thriller. Well, I would say it's not even a thriller. It's more of an action film, spy action film. I knew you would know. Yeah, I've been keeping tabs on that one because it's a little disconcerting. So, like I said, there's not much information out about it yet, but potentially it could be very bad. Now, the reason why this happens in a place like Cyprus is Cyprus has a really high incidence of coronavirus. This is why people need to be vaccinated. We need to keep these rates down because when you're giving the virus a population like that, where so many people are uh, catching the virus and catching all these variants, and you're giving it just more opportunity and more hosts and time. That's sort of the key element, time, to have these new mutations. And yes, you want to avoid that. That's why the countries that have done well, like Southeast Asia, you have many countries there with very low rates. You're a lot less likely to get new variants out of there. What booster did you get? So I got a Pfizer booster. Avoid Albert Square at all costs. Serial killers live there, and occasionally explosion and fire. So really interesting. I'll have to look into that. These variants are scary. Yeah, the variants are really the scary part because who knows what's next, you know? That's why, I mean, you look at countries like the UK, which initially did a really horrible job with COVID. So it has one of the highest death rates, per capita in the whole world. But one of the things they did well since then is vaccination. So they've been good at getting the population vaccinated, and that's why things like Omicron can pass through quickly because there's high levels of immunity because of the vaccination, and then obviously you need people having taken their boosters as well. And we've seen the same thing in places like Israel. Any place that has high vaccination is building up defenses against this disease. If you have a large unvaccinated population, you have a virus like this going around, there's going to be mutations. Exactly. Flaming rickshaw. That's the whole key. So you need to get your population vaccinated with boosters and updates as necessary, and social distancing, of course, wearing masks. That slows down the spread. And then a thing that we haven't really paid enough attention to: testing. People should be tested way more often. I got tested today. So I got another negative test. So I've been very fortunate. I don't know, dozens of tests. They've all been negative, even though I'm traveling through, red countries all the time. I'm here in the UK with its high incidence, was in France, and a lot of these locations are going to even. The danger is we can get a strain that's pretty bad. So Omicron was already really bad in the sense that it was very contagious. And if we weren't vaccinated at the high levels we were, it would have been even worse, right? It would have been a lot worse. Yeah. So let's hope this Delta Crohn is not something to be worrying about. Testing is a mess here in the U.S. Look at that passageway. Let it go. So I kind of like this passageway. You see, it's all lit up, and you can go from here to the other side. Talk to you later. All right, Allie. I'm glad you're negative. Stay safe. Got to go back to work. Glad you're back in. Oh, work. If only we didn't have to work with this. You dropped him like a sack of potatoes. Phil Mitchell tries to square me up to me last year. Said he was the boss of the street or something like that. I'm not familiar with that. That's something he would say. Good morning from Australia. Intuitive Die. Well, good morning, Australia. How are you? Everything's so nice in Australia. So we had a COVID incident with tennis officials had determined that him for a visa